I was on top of the mountain this morning after running up the trail, and something in my body said, "Don't turn back that way. Go a different way. Come a different way down." I had planned in my mind this trail run that I was going to do and out and back. And yet something in my body was telling me no. And I have this practice that I have been cultivating for years that is a relationship with my hands. And it is one of the most reliable relationships I have to my body and my intuition, especially in the moments where my mind is swept up in chaos, when I feel that I'm I'm trying to figure something out or solve with my head, and I'm drawing blanks as I come back to my hands. And what I'll do is I'll put one option in one hand and one option in the other hand, and I'll ask, and I'll just wait, and I'll listen, and I'll feel. And what has occurred while building this relationship over many, 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 many years is my hands will start to vibrate. For those of you who have never experienced anything like this may sound crazy. And yet, this is one of the most true things that I have ever experienced in my life. My hands are my guiding system in many ways. And as I was on top of the mountain, I laughed at how many times those close to me have brought to my attention. Either I've forgotten about it and I said, what if you ask your hands? Or I've had moments where I'm at a stop sign and I let go of the wheel and I open my hands. And friends have witnessed me do this. And I'll never forget one of my friends who didn't know this about me. I did this while she was in the passenger seat, and I let go of the wheel when I was at a stop sign, and she just was shocked and didn't understand what was about to happen. And I shared with her this relationship that I have. And so one of the reasons I share this is that I am convinced that the more that things get distracting and chaotic and intense and confusing and conflicting in the world, that we all have reliable ways that our body has wisdom and information and intelligence that is beyond thought, is beyond sense making, is beyond the perspectives that we have that another person may not hold, right? And there's this image, or what would I call it? Um, yeah, it's an image that I'll provide for y'all of an elephant, and there's all these blind mice that are around said elephant, touching different parts of the elephant and saying, "It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that," and they're all blind. They can't see what each other are touching, and they're all right. All of them are right with what they're interacting with, and yet they're just being with different parts. And I bring this metaphor up because I think this is what happens in life often, is that we're all looking at the same thing, and yet we're all seeing it different ways. So those things, whatever they may be, are impacting different memories, thoughts, experiences, ways of being that we all have that are unique to us. And so the further down we go into being in a world there where there's lots of noise, there's lots of different perspective, there's lots of different opinion, my invitation to you is, what is the thing that reliably allows you to listen to yourself, that is beyond sense making of the mind, but is something deeper in connection with your heart and your body and the intelligence that is sourced from intuition, is sourced from something bigger than ourselves. So, learning and cultivating that relationship does take time, especially if you have dismissed the intelligence of your body. And there are lots of really, really good reasons for why we do that, right? Sometimes it's not felt safe to be in our body. Sometimes it feels safer to be in predictive future mode with our minds. And that's where we found safety, right? And yet, again and again, my invitation is there's deep body intelligence, deep wisdom that is asking all of us to start cultivating and healing, if required, the relationship with this crazy vessel, this flesh suit, this intelligence, this life force that we all have, because it does have so much to say when we can slow down and listen and find our pace and find our way and find our way to feel at home in our bodies. And there are many reasons, again, like I said, why this isn't felt attractive or desirable or enticing, because of so many different systems at play that create fraught and ruptured relationships with our body, where we've contorted or felt like we need to look a certain way to be acceptable. And so I know I'm one of those people that I have had to really look at my relationship to my body and how I listen to it and where I dismiss it. And I'm sure each one of you has that in your own way as well. So this is an invitation, right? Like I said, my hands are one of my reliable compasses. For you, it may be a feeling you get, it may be a taste, a smell, a sense, something that you just know, but you can't explain why, a gut response. And each of us have an invitation into a relationship that is desiring to be attended to and given love and given nurturing and given care. And so if this feels foreign to you, start small. My invitation would be to just start sitting with yourself. Sometimes it can be like holding yourself. Sometimes it can be just sitting on the earth. But it starts with creating space for that relationship to have a voice, and then growing from there. And again, it's going to be different for every single person. This is just my way. And it's an invitation to you to find your way and what works best for you.